Which separation technique will you apply for the separation of the following? Sodium chloride from its solution in water.
Ma'am, evaporation.
You are correct. So for sodium chloride from its solution in water, we will be using evaporation. B part is ammonium chloride from a mixture containing sodium chloride and ammonium chloride.
Sublimation.
It is sublimation. What is the reason?
And the technique of sublimation is apt for the ammonium chloride only, well, because it's a kind of supports sublimation.
See, ammonium chloride is sublimable substance. Okay, so if ammonium chloride is sublimable, then we will be using sublimation technique. And you can see in the A technique, water is volatile and sodium chloride is non-volatile. So we have used evaporation technique. Okay, now small pieces of metal in the engine oil of a car.
Ma'am, filtration.
It is correct. So if there are small pieces of metal, then you can filter them out. So you can use the filtration technique. Okay, then fourth one is different pigments from an extract of flower petals. I want to separate the different colors basically. Yes. That is called chromatography.
Ma'am, what was that? I forgot.
Speak again, Leona.
Ma'am, I forgot this.
The name. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
No problem. So chromatography is used for separation of different colors. We have seen the example of dye. He is butter from the curd.
Centrifugation.
You are correct. The name is centrifugation. Okay. Oil from water.
Ma'am, separation by.
That is called separating funnel. If you remember, we have used a funnel which has different layers of oil and water. So that is done by separating funnel. Okay, now H is, oh, sorry, I have forgotten G. Tea leaves from tea.
Filtration.
Filtration.
Filtration is the correct answer. So we are using sieve for filtration. Iron pins from sand.
Ma'am, magnetic separation.
Yes, because iron pins will get attracted by magnet. So if we just have a magnet in this mixture, then magnet will attract iron pins and you will be left behind sand. So that is called magnetic separation. Wherever you are having iron, so you can use magnet for separating iron impurity. Okay, I, wheat grains from husk.
Ma'am, winnowing.
You are correct. Winnowing.
Ma'am, can we use the word separation?
I'm getting very feeble voice from your side.
Ma'am, can we use separation word?
Uh, you want to say you don't want to use winnowing, you want to use just separation.
Ma'am, is it correct? I'm just asking.
No, that is incorrect.
Okay.
Use the technical word, that is winnowing. Winnowing is the technique.
Okay. Ma'am, last one is filtration.
I
Fine,
think, I think sedimentation or decantation.
fine mud particles suspended in water. So sedimentation and decantation. You are correct, Dhanvi. So sedimentation and decantation. Okay. So sedimentation meaning if you left that solution undisturbed, then mud particle will settle down, and you can use the decantation for transferring the clear water to another container. Okay, so this is about question number 1. If you have written, then we can proceed to question number 2.
Ma'am, this is written.
Divyansh,
Yes, ma'am.
write the steps you would use for making tea. Just read the question and come creatively with the answer. I'm giving you 2 minutes, else I will discuss. Read it and try. Okay, so are you able to understand how to use, if you want to make a tea, then you need to use this chemical words in that steps. You need to be creative. You need to use solution, solvent, solute, dissolve, soluble, insoluble, filtrate, and residue. So if you are writing by yourself, I can wait. And if you are unable to do this part, I can help you out.
Ma'am, in this question, we have to write that which method will be used to separate.
You need to write the steps which are involved for making tea. And in between, you have to use this words. These are help words which you have to take.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so can we discuss? Or you are writing?
Ma'am, please explain.
Those who are through, they can raise your hand so that I can choose some students to tell me the steps. Please raise your hand who are done with this question. Okay, Dhanvi, I can see only one hand raised. Okay, so Dhanvi, please read out your answer.
Step 1, into a vessel add a cup of milk which is solvent. Supply it with heat. Step 2, add tea powder or tea leaves to the boiling milk which acts as a solute. Continue to heat. Step 3, the solute. Example, tea powder remains insoluble in the milk which can be observed while it is still boiling. Step 4, at this stage, add some sugar and boiling into the boiling solution while stirring it. And step 5, sugar is solute, whether sugar is solute, but it's soluble in the solvent. And step 6, continue stirring because the sugar is completely, so that sugar gets completely dissolved in the tea, hence reaching saturation. That's saturation. And step 7, once the raw smell of the tea leaves is vanished, the tea solution is boiled enough. Take the solution of the heat, filter or strain it to separate the tea powder and the tea solution. The insoluble tea powder remains as a residue while the solute and the solvent is strained through the filter medium, which is collected as the filtrate.
Excellent. So you have used every of the word and correctly. The making of tea is also correct. So see, the solvent is the thing which is present in a bigger amount. So when I talk about making of tea, then you can just say that milk is the solvent. So you need to take 1 cup of milk that is acting as a solvent here. Now you need to put tea leaves. Okay, that is acting like a solute. And when you switch on the burner and you keep on like boiling that solution, then what happen? It is insoluble. Tea leaves are insoluble in the solvent. Okay, now you need to add sugar. And when you add sugar and when you stir it continuously, then you can find that sugar is soluble. Okay, now when the tea is ready, just strain it. Whenever you are straining it, you will be getting some tea leaves as residue, and whatever is obtained, that is filtrate, is the tea which is ready to enjoy. So see, we have used solution, we have used solvent, solute, dissolve. Dissolve, you can say this is getting dissolved, sugar is getting dissolved in milk. Soluble, soluble solvent, solute is sugar. Insoluble one is tea leaves. Filtrate, whatever is obtained after straining. Residue is the tea leaves. So depending upon your creativity, you can just take all these words in your answer. Okay, so let's try question number 3 by yourself. I'm giving every one of you a minute to think for the question, then we will discuss. So I'm giving you 2 minutes to look at the table and to have your own clarity, then we will discuss these 4 parts. So, okay, let's start the discussion for question number 3. Pragya tested the solubility of 3 different substances at different temperature and collected the data as given below. Results are given in the following table as grams of substance dissolved in 100 gram of water to form a saturated solution. Okay, so this is a table where 4 substances are taken. You can see potassium nitrate, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, and ammonium chloride. And this is its solubility. Like if I take 100 gram of water, then 21 gram of potassium nitrate will make the solubility at 283 Kelvin of temperature. Okay. So are you able to understand this question? This is a table which is parameters of this particular solute. Like potassium nitrate is given, its solubility is given at different temperature. You can see there are 5 temperature. Okay, so let's start with the A part. What mass of potassium nitrate would be needed to produce a saturated solution in 50 gram of water at 313 Kelvin? So 313 Kelvin, we have to observe the gram of potassium nitrate. So you can see potassium nitrate require for 100 grams of water, we require 62 gram of potassium nitrate. This is given in the table. What is given? For making saturated solution, (62 grams of potassium nitrate is required for 100 gram of water at 313 Kelvin. This is given in the table. So now the question is, you need to find the mass of potassium nitrate that will be needed for 50 gram of water. So if the quantity of water will become half, here it is 100 gram. If it becomes 50 gram, then the quantity of potassium nitrate will also become half. So what is the quantity of potassium nitrate? It is 62 divided by 2. When you solve it, you will be getting 31 gram of potassium nitrate. So please write the answer, then we will proceed to the B part. So if for 100 gram of water, 62 gram of water potassium nitrate is required at 313 Kelvin, then for 50 gram at 313 Kelvin, 31 gram of potassium nitrate would be needed. So you just need to half the quantity. Excellent, Leona. Keep it up. Very happy
Thank you, ma'am.
to know your result. Excellent. You make me proud. Very good marks.
Thank you.
Others can also share. I just want to know the marks of my students. Excellent, Dhanvi. Very good. What about maths? I'm very happy with your science performance, Dhanvi.
Thanks, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm pretty sure that my maths paper did. I did my maths paper really well, but I don't know. I scored a little less.
Okay, okay. Okay,
But
so
even but I saw my all the answers were correct when we discussed the paper.
okay, okay. So have you uploaded, do you have your set of answers with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please share it to me. I
Okay,
will
sure.
I will see and discuss.
Okay.
Okay. Divyansh, it is good, but you can improve a little bit. Yeah, I'm happy with your performance also. It is
Okay,
very
ma'am.
good performance, but I can see the improvement can be done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what about maths? So that is good marks in science, I can see. Okay, so let's continue with the answers. Okay, so A part is understood to every one of you. What do you say? Can we proceed to B part? If you have not understood A part, you can just tell me. I can repeat the solution. And if you have understood, then it's okay.
Ma'am, can you tell once again?
Ma'am, please explain
Yeah.
again.
See, this is Divyansh. In the question, it is you need to find the mass of potassium nitrate. So in this table, you have to search potassium nitrate would be needed to produce a saturated solution of potassium nitrate in 50 gram of water at 313 Kelvin. So you can see at 313 Kelvin, we require 62 gram of potassium nitrate for 100 gram of water.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so for 50 gram, 150, it is half. 50 is half of 100. So I will
Yes,
be
ma'am.
doing half of 62. That will come out to be 31 gram. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So let's move to the B part. Pragya makes a saturated solution of potassium chloride in water at 353 Kelvin and leaves the solution to cool at room temperature. What would she observe as the solution cools? तो जब वो सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन बना लिया और जब उसको ठंडा करने रख देगी प्रज्ञा तो क्या हो जाएगा? आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग द आंसर. शी विल बी गेटिंग द क्रिस्टल्स. जब उसको कूल करेंगे सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन को तो क्या होगा? शी विल बी एबल टू गेट द क्रिस्टल्स फ्रॉम द सॉल्यूशन. So when saturated solution is left to cool, then crystals of potassium chloride will separate out from the solution. तो अगर आप सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन को इफ यू रिमेंबर जब हम क्रिस्टलाइजेशन प्रोसेस लर्न कर रहे थे सो व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट थिंग व्हिच वी हैव डन वी हैव मेक द सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन then it is allowed to cool. So when we left that saturated solution for cooling, then what happened? The solid crystals will get separated out.
Okay, ma'am.
Please write it down, then we will moving to the C part. So have you written this answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm just breaking this meeting and connecting again.